Hello and welcome back to the Pitchside Podcast channel. I'm your host, the HOD of the BSB. Like the video, comment on the video, share it around, subscribe to the YouTube channel, enable notifications to receive all the updates. We're on 1.7k on the channel here. Thanks, of course, for supporting in any way possible. And let's get straight into the content of the video. Of course, follow us on social media, the links are in the description, and let's talk about this big piece of news. It's not really breaking because the story has been going on for a while, but didn't find a proper time to chime in, of course, with all the events happening, and more events are happening soon enough. So the story goes that Sadio Mane is leaving, of course, Liverpool. That is confirmed by the club. He's going to be leaving the club. He's not going to be renewing the contract. He's leaving this summer. And the price tag has been really about 30 to 40 million in the range, in that range for Sadio Mane. And obviously, the biggest contender for buying him is Bayern Munich. And according to lots of sources, very trusty sources to be fair, Sadio Mane is close to moving to the Bavarian giant, of course, for a fee that is going to be around that range, something similar to what Thiago moved for from Bayern Munich back in 2020. Of course, this means two things. First of all, probably means that Lewandowski will definitely be out of the club this season, and that is a different story. It has been really, I would say, spiraling out of control in the last couple of weeks. Lewandowski going on numerous radio stations, the press conference with the national team of Poland, saying that Bayern are not a serious club and he doesn't want to play there anymore, and he wants the board to allow him to leave and not really stand in the way of his wish to leave the club. Obviously, there's been loads of parties involved in the Lewandowski deal. Barcelona want to buy him, PSG want to buy him, Chelsea want to buy him. There's even talks that Liverpool might be in for him, of course, and some people even suggested that there will be a swap deal happening between the two sides, with Sadio Mane going, of course, to Bayern Munich and Lewandowski going to Liverpool, which is, in my opinion, not really that plausible, but I think it makes a kind of sense for between Lewandowski and his relationship with Klopp. You know, maybe Liverpool need to counter Haaland's signing by Manchester City, which is the biggest signing, I think, in the Premier League this summer, surely. So maybe they will try and counter that signing with one of their own by signing Lewandowski to their books, but I don't think they will do that anyway. Although, again, it's still a plausible idea. Sadio Mane all but confirmed as a Bayern player. Lewandowski, on the other hand, may be leaving the club in this summer, maybe again, but if he doesn't leave this summer, you're getting a grumpy player at 34 years of age that really doesn't want to play there. I mean, Thomas Muller said that the club is bigger than all the players, and if Lewandowski doesn't want to play, he should leave pretty much. That's what he said in the press conference with the German national team, of course, and it definitely springs to mind. It doesn't really have similar incidents, like Bayern Munich do not have similar incidents where players really were vocal about leaving the club in such a disruptive and, let's say, aggressive manner. Like, even Alaba left the club in a pretty amicable way in comparison, although it was the same problem of money not being given and created by the same agent as well, Benny Zahavi. So in terms of positives, is it going to be a good deal for Bayern to get Mane? I think yes. I think you're getting a prime player, still has 3 years at the very least at the top level, in my opinion. Prime fitness, coming from the Premier League, achieving everything there is to achieve with Liverpool. So he comes with a pedigree. You know, he's a player that is leading Senegal through one of their best generations, and the best since that 2002 in the World Cup, and favourites to do something really big in that World Cup as well. So you're getting a full package of a player. Is he the most technically gifted? I don't think so. Definitely he's not. But he is someone who you can rely on. Surely he could be a great addition to your squad. With Mizraoui, with Gravenberch, the players that you guaranteed already, you're having a depth that you didn't have last season, and that you want to have if you want to play on all fronts, and in particular the Champions League. Even the Bundesliga was going to be looking really, really hard this season or the next season, because Borussia Dortmund have really moved up their transfer levels. They got Schüller, they got Nico Schlotterbeck from Freiburg, and they got Karim Adeyemi from RB Salzburg. He said that he loves to see money in the Bundesliga, but he's playing for the wrong club. I mean, that opinion is solely on Karim Adeyemi. But again, you're getting a great player at his prime, 30 years of age. He's just about hitting the peak, I would say, of his career individually, particularly because in terms of titles, he's been winning titles, he's been doing things with Liverpool already. But I think as far as individual performances is concerned and star power for Sadio Mane, I think he's hitting the prime of his career. What does that mean for Liverpool, for Salah as well, for Firmino? Is it the end of those trio as an era, the trio that got them their Champions League in 2019, a trio that was a big part of them winning their first Premier League title in 30 years in 2020? So it really hinges a lot of questions about Sadio Mane, Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino. On the other hand, of course, as I mentioned, is Lewandowski going to leave this season? Is the Bayern board going to allow him to do that, or he's going to force him and ply his arm into honouring the last year of his contract until next season, where he can go on a free? What does that mean for his transfer to another side? We won't know that until the end of the transfer window, or potentially in the next couple of weeks. Of course, Poland are involved in playoffs for the World Cup. We will know probably after that as well if Lewandowski is going to return to the Bayern camp and sort things out anyway. As for Mane, I think personally as a Bayern fan, I would love to see him there, of course, and it's going to be a big deal for the Senegalese. That's it. I chimed with my 2 cents about the situation, of course. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us in the links in the description on social media, and of course, subscribe and help us to get to those 2K before the World Cup. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.